What's going on, guys? I appreciate those of you that were hanging out waiting for the stream to start. For those of you stopping by the first time, hit that thumbs up, turn it into a like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we do these live chats and you can take part. So, been several days. I missed you guys. That's why I didn't want to do any topic. Let's just chat. Let's chop it up. Start things off right the way we're supposed to. Let me adjust the focus. Azzaro Chrome Parfum. Second wearing in the last handful of days. I got to say the dry down is pretty nice on this one. Let me get the focus back where I want it. Resinous green, a little metallic, but still very earthy green, and like it's like a resinous green feel to it. The dry down's beautiful. The opening, I could see it not being for everybody, but the dry down's the magic. And it lasts a really long time. It's not overwhelmingly strong, but it's strong enough as far as the projection. The sillage is where it shines. It's a good release. Is it the best rendition I think the Parfum Flanker could have been? Maybe not, but it is really good. I do like the Eau de Parfum a little bit more, but I am vibing with this one. So much so that I'm wearing it again. So Chrome Parfum is what we're rocking today. So let's see what everybody's got going on in the chat. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on the way in, guys, if you don't mind. Scent of the day is Rocha Sloan for Jeff. Still a hot mofo here in Central Texas. Hope you got in some good eats. That I did. Definitely had some really good grilled shrimp and catfish because I was trying to eat sensibly leading up to the draft because I knew we were going to eat like crap. Ate a lot of brisket. My infamous in many ways red beans were very, very spicy this year, which made them a hit. The red beans the crock pot was almost completely empty before we even made the first pick. That was great. It's always flattering and the best compliment. But yeah, we had a lot of good food. A lot of meat gets eaten at these drafts. But leading up to it, I was trying to be sensible with eating leaner fish and chicken and stuff like that. But it was great to train at Powerhouse Gym while I was there and catch up with Big Country. And I hadn't seen him in a while, so it was a good trip. It was a very good trip. Thank you for asking. Mahir Legacy for several compliments today, which is a first for this choice. Well, glad people are thinking you're smelling good. Clearly you are. It's a good fragrance. Wearing Phantom. Just love this dry down. I wanted to smell the new one. I haven't smelled the new one yet. Guess who's back? What's going on, Jared? Good to see you, my man. Hopefully in good health and spirits. Let's greet one another in the chat as we normally do. And, of course, leave those scent of the days in the chat. First-time visitors, welcome to TLTG Reviews. The ultimate hype man is Jared Miller. I'm telling you guys. If you enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Also, be sure to slap that like button. Indeed, helps the channel, and it's free. Indeed, takes a blink of an eye type of time. So Jared's just hyping everything. I'm going to quit pinning those. But thank you, Jared. I appreciate that. Mombo Legend Spirit, you can't go wrong there. John Carlo, good to see you. Wearing Dolce & Gabbana, The One Luminous Night. Sweet dates and smoky incense. That is a lovely fragrance for sure. I can't complain. Good to see you. Good to see you. Spencer's in the house. What's going on? Wearing Imperium from Fragrance World. That is right there. It is literally right there. Ordered the rest of the shelving and stuff like that I need to finish organizing this room. We'll probably just do a collection video because I know just an update for you guys. I know you guys are waiting on the collection video. Probably just going to do a collection video towards the end of the month instead of the entire room tour because the room's not going to be completely set up the way I want it to yet, like my neon sign and everything. I'm not getting that till next month. So probably just going to do a walkthrough of the collection. So that video will be coming before the month ends. Oud Lemon Mint for CJ. Excellent choice. Can't go wrong there. Profondo Lights. The best flanker they've put out since Profumo, in my opinion. I love that one. I'm a big fan. Mr. J Smooth. Love the name. Good to see you. How's that Mentor Oud Lemon Mint? So he's talking to you, CJ, because I've featured it recently. So I'm sure he saw my video. Prada Luna Rosa Eau de Toilette. Classic. Evening. Good to see you, Tyler. Happy Monday. Wearing Opera. Speaking of Profumo, Dan, not the man, coming through with the best name in the game and one of the best fragrances. Excellent choice, my man. Good to see you. La Isa Blanca from Ramon Monegal. Haven't tried it. I've heard good stuff, though. I think EQ's a big fan of that one, if I'm not mistaken. Dior Sauvage. Yep, it's that kind of day, folks. Didn't care to think, just splash something on. You can't go wrong. Josh, good to see you. Elroy Prepson's in the house. Back at work, wearing the original Spice Bomb Eau de Toilette. Sometimes the original is the only way to go, man, and that's one of the better originals out there in the designer market. Got my YSL myself in, and I think it's a great compliment puller kind of fragrance. I do enjoy it. Okay. Cheers. And today's Tom Ford Oud Wood. Finally found Halcyon, and it's on the way. Ooh, yeah, you're going to love it. I can confidently say you're going to love that fragrance. It's fantastic. It's great for the winter, too. First time in the live chat from Philly. Well, Jennifer, it's great to have you here. Welcome to the live chat. Just gonna be a random conversation talking about whatever with all of you in the chat. No split screens, no specific topics or any fragrances on the agenda. Tomorrow we will have that. In fact, grabbed it out the mailbox earlier today. It is still in my backpack because I was on my motorcycle. So put it in my backpack. But this is the new Watermelon Triple X from Copper Still Fragrances. So here we are. That will be the topic of discussion tomorrow. So I'm very, very, very excited about that one. A boozy watermelon fragrance. Count me in. Can't wait to check it out. Hugo Boss Reversed. Can't go wrong there, Tyson. Ralph's Club EDP. Hope your draft went well as mine. I can't complain. I mean, if y'all want to talk about it, let me know. I have everything written down. The rosters aren't loaded yet, but got the PPR sheet right here. I always write my roster on the back. Do that every year. But scratch them off as they get drafted, and then got my roster written right there. If anybody's interested, y'all let me know. We'll talk about it at some point. Now, this is for my redraft league. Dynasty league, totally different point. We'd have to do a split screen to go over that. That's a year-round league. That draft happened the week after the actual NFL draft happened. Nice effing cap, my boy Marlins. Yeah, it's a dope one. It's a fall collection. Even has this is an actual new era drop from a while back. Has the oh wait, I forgot I got manual focus. So it's autumn colors, and you see got the leaves and everything. So one of the videos that's actually tomorrow's video is 15 fragrances, fall fragrances that I'm excited to do. So I do those just about every season. I've been doing those topics for a few years now, at least 3 years, maybe even all 4 years, but 3 years for sure. I've been doing that where when we're starting to get closer to the next season, we're getting tail end of a season. I'd be like, hey, these are the ones I'm kind of interested in. Spoiler alert, they're back there. If you guys want to get an idea, it's 15 fragrances, a little bit longer video, but good topic for sure. Attimo for Om. I've never tried that one. I heard it's on the powdery side. Porto Neroli, the Neroli Portofino clone. Awesome frag fan. Wearing Star Walker. Can't go wrong. Excellent fragrance. Tyler. So, Rick, I've heard Spencer's the first person I've heard say something nice about it. So every opinion I've seen has been pretty disappointing around the scope. Like everybody, like I've heard Dave Calley tell me it smells like an orange lollipop you used to get at the dentist at the doctor's office. I've heard an amalgamation of every mediocre mass appealing fragrance wrapped into one. I've heard a bunch of stuff. Like Spencer saying something nice is actually the first time somebody's told me something relatively nice about myself. So I go into that with low expectations, Rick. Actually, everybody has really set the bar low on that fragrance. So I might like it, just because all these people seem to be disappointed by it, including yourself. I might like it. I mean, but I'm not hopeful. Everybody has lowered the hope for this fragrance for me, I got to say. This is one of the reasons I try not to get opinions before I try something, because now I'm going into it with it's just average at best and sucks and disappointment, and they could have did more. And so we'll see. I'm sure it smells nice. I doubt it smells bad. It's probably just boring. It's generic, probably. We get a lot of that stuff. It's designer fragrances. We're going to get a lot of generic, a lot of cookie cutter. Is there anything on the market that smells similar to light blue intense? Yeah, I would go with light blue intense specifically. I don't understand. Like, can you expand upon your question on why you want something that smells like a fragrance you can get for about $50 to $60? Like, are you looking for a higher quality niche version? Are you about to say something wild like a Middle Eastern beast mode clone of it? Because that fragrance is a monster on my skin. Like, I need you to expand upon it for me to really understand what you're trying to, what information you're really seeking. Because I need a little context to help me to help you as far as my opinion. It's just my opinion. Who cares? It's my maybe my opinion you won't like. I don't know. That's why I ask, please expand a little further on this. Because right now, as you can see with my examples, my mind's just left to wander. It's like a puzzle. I'm missing a few pieces. Versace Man of Fresh. Can't go wrong there. Smells good in the chat. That's what I'm talking about, Rich Money Cash. Sean John, 3 a.m. I brought that with me on my trip. It was my out the shower fragrance every night. Coach Keith is wearing Club de Nuit Intense Man limited edition parfum. That is right there. I had that on my arm before I showered last night. And then when I got out the shower, I sprayed the eau de toilette. Adidas Pure Game after I shaved my head. Well, hell yeah. Happy to report 2 new pickups. Aqua de Jo Eau de Parfum and Chrome EDP. Aqua de Jo is my sin of the day. Have a great day, my guy. Well, I appreciate you being here. And Chrome EDP, like I was saying, talking about my sin of the day, because this is the parfum. This is nice, but the EDP is better. I think anyways. I like both, but I like the EDP more. Hurricane lowered the temperature here in San Diego. So today, my sin is Myths Man. All right. Lemouage action. Hope you're doing well. How about Rouge Privé? I still need to try that one. Glad to see you, though. Appreciate you coming in. So we got 104 viewers currently, 61 likes. As everybody's coming in, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that thumbs up for me. Again, for those of you just getting here, no specific topic. We're just chopping it up because I haven't been live since last Wednesday because I had a lot going on. I was traveling. I was in my hometown, hanging with friends, drafting a fantasy football team, all that good stuff. So, Hugo Boss Reverse, Versace Man of Fresh. Sprayed myself on the wrist at Sephora yesterday, and I dig it. Got the orange sucker vibe, but I found it enjoyable. Going to add it to my list. So there's something else positive. There's another one saying something positive. Good to see Eric. Versace Pour Homme for Ethan. Daryl is rocking Sean John I Am King. Nice and fruity. Nice and fruity fragrance. That's good stuff. Also, my privilege to say I'm among the first, a small group of brand ambassadors for Scents of Wood. Discount and FAQ and to follow soon. Well, that's awesome. Congratulations, Sean. Because I've heard nothing but great things about Scents of Wood, especially Plum and Cognac. Rick's rocking Kenneth Cole Mankind. I haven't worn that one. I've had that fragrance for years, man. I mean, like 2011 or 12, I think, is when I got my bottle. Kind of like a fruitier Mont Blanc Legend Fierce type of thing going on there. But it is nice. It's a solid cheap. I mean, Kenneth Cole makes nothing but solid fragrances. Everything totally fine. If you're on a budget, Kenneth Cole should be the brand you're targeting. If you're looking to spend $30 or less on a fragrance and smell good, that's the brand for sure. I might need to wear that one tonight out the shower or something. I haven't worn it in so long, man. It's been a while. Infrared EDP, do you recommend it? It is my favorite spice bomb. Yep, it has trumped the Eau de Toilette, Infrared Eau de Toilette, and Night Vision Eau de Parfum for me, which I was kind of back and forth on which one of those was my favorite. But Infrared Eau de Parfum, I think, is the best they've done in the line. For me, it's the best one. I love it. Resinous, leathery, smoky, spiced. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's the least youthful of the bunch without smelling like some old man fragrance. It's very cozy, super masculine. It's really, really good. I love it. I absolutely love it. One of the best releases of the year. Fahrenheit Le Parfum, after some issues trying to find the package. Great variation. I agree. I have a bottle and enjoy it from time to time. I kind of preserve it. Reminds me of Bentley for Men Intense. That's way better than Bentley for Men Intense, but I guess I can kind of get where you're coming from. Eau Sauvage Parfum. Narciso Rodriguez Blue Noir EDP. I never tried that one. EDT Extreme and the Parfum. That's the only two I have and or have tried. Dedrick's in the house. What's going on, man? Wearing Citrine, nice and fresh. Yeah, it's still hot out here in Florida in these streets. So I get you on wearing something fresh. This is a little... I mean, it was fine in the much hotter Houma, Louisiana climate. I mean, it was suffocating humidity. It's hotter in Houma, Louisiana than it is in Panama City Beach. For all of you that was like, oh, in Florida, the humidity is so hot. Y'all kept trying to warn me, and I kept trying to tell y'all it's hotter where I come from. It's hotter where I was born and raised. And I'll be damned. It's suffocating. The yards are dying, even though people are watering plants, everything. I got to go see my childhood best friend's yard. His grass, he's trying to save it. My mom's front yard's the same way. It is suffocating. It's so freaking hot in South Louisiana. So I'm sure South Florida is just as bad, but here in the Panhandle, it's not near as bad as South Louisiana. It is suffocatingly hot. But point being, I wore this in that suffocating heat. So it's definitely nice and hot for the fresh stuff. Man, Sarah's so smooth for sure. Deborah, Urban Man Elixir. But this is some good stuff, man. It's definitely been growing on me. I got Armand. Yeah, that fir balsam resin, it's the star of the show here. Urban Man Elixir, I haven't worn that one in a while. I already sampled Halcyon. The weight game was torture. Can't wait. Better than Angel Share. Agreed. That's why I don't have a bottle of Angel Share. And Angel Share is my favorite Killian fragrance that I've tried. Making Sense Iris Man. Michael Dinsmore's take on Prada L'Homme. Can't go wrong there. Definitely a really, really good take. It's not as bright, but it lasts a long time. This is a high oil concentration. Fuego 18 by Perry Ellis. Fresh and fruity fragrance with a nice blue amber dry down. Copper Still. Yeah, I can't wait to check it out too. Because the first one's really good. It's really, really good. Nice aged bourbon smell, barrel of bourbon. Whereas this is going to be all about watermelon. So it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to check it out too. Ogivray, I need to throw that in the rotation. I haven't worked since I got here. Summer Best. It is. It is. And shame on me. I have not been wearing it. I need to wear it this week. It needs to go in the rotation. Thank you for reminding me. Osans Paril, layered with Nero from Portola collection. I've never tried either. On the other day, you recommended one of your videos. Really like it. Oh, so you're talking about Perry Ellis Pure Blue. Indeed. I like it better than Nautical Voyage. What you mean more? I haven't done any. The only one that I did was about layering same scents and using lotion for better performance. But I don't layer. I don't. I get asked to do videos and top 20 with your best layer. I don't layer. I pick my fragrance and I wear my fragrance. I don't say, you know what? I think this would be remarkable. I'm going to do 3 sprays of this with 2 sprays of that. And then just right on the back of the neck, I'm going to put one of these. And it's going to make panties fly off the ceilings. That's how some of you treat this layering crap, man. Just pick a fragrance and wear it. If you want to wear a bunch of stuff together, wear a bunch of stuff together. But I do not do that. I just grab a fragrance and I spray whatever fragrance I wanted to wear for that day. I look at it as overcomplicating things. The fragrance was created the way it was created. And if it speaks to me, it speaks to me. If it doesn't speak to me, that's when I start thinking maybe I should spray something else with it. That's what I think the logic is. It's not good enough to wear by itself. I need to put something else on with it. That's how it looks to me. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm pissing some of you off. It's just how I feel. Just how I feel. I don't overcomplicate things. I am not the Larry. I get asked about this every single day. I don't understand it personally. I've never understood. I'll never understand it. I just pick a fragrance and go with it. Keep it simple. Not yet. Not yet. And I had to hurry up and scroll away from Chris from Fragmental's post on Instagram earlier because he was talking about it. And as soon as I saw that's what he was going to talk about, I said, oop, swipe. I don't want to know. I want to go into that one blind because I'm very excited about Boss Bottled Elixir because the parfum was good. It just didn't really smell like Boss Bottled, kind of like Polo Red parfum. It's good, just doesn't smell like Polo Red. So that's the disappointment. So I have high hopes for the Elixir. Can't find anyone talking about it yet on YouTube because it just released in Europe. It's not in the States yet. Check Chris from Fragmental. Go to his Instagram page. He posted something today. Boozy Watermelon, not something you hear every. In fact, that's why I'm so excited because it sounds odd, right? Boozy Watermelon, not the norm. Summer Vibes 4.0. I wore the original the other day. Your Fahrenheit with body spray, LOL. Explore with Ariana Grande Cloud. Hey, Cloud's some good stuff, man. Don't let nobody talk you out of Cloud. Cloud's really good. I'm actually interested in checking out the new Cloud Pink, and I still haven't checked out Cloud Intense. I really want to check that one out. I literally right before this live stream, I made a purchase for from Fragbuy, which I went ahead and bought the stuff for you members that are here. I went ahead and bought our fragrances for the giveaway. So first prize, as you guys voted for the $10 tier and above, 100 ml tester of 1 Million Royal. Second prize is going to be F Le Parfum from Fragrance World, the Y Le Parfum clone. I bought 2 bottles, one for me and one to give away because I want to check it out and I want to review it. So a lot of you know that's my favorite version of Y, so I'm very excited. So that's going to be spin number 2, and spin number 3 is going to be a mystery box once again. Then for the $25 tier and above, first prize spin is the 125 ml of Parfums Marley Percival, which I bought today. And then Niles from City Rhythms donating a 50 ml of the new Manhattan formula as a second prize spin. So almost signature 15 minutes ago. Blind purchase based off your reviews and others' fall preparation. That's been good years and years and years. I talked about it not that long ago. It's kind of like if Eros had coffee and no leather accord, kind of how it is. A little bit of Eros, soft leather, and like I said, a rich coffee note. Perry Ellis, very blue. 360, very blue. Good to see you. What's up, guys? Le Beau Le Parfum. I was planning on wearing that this week. Literally right there. Have a sweet, not much. Not much. It's more zesty and sharp. There's a light sweetness, but it's more of a fruit tone than like a vanilla or anything like that. But it's more sharp and zesty than anything else. Blind bought that YSL and returned it the next day. It's nothing but orange blossom. That explains the orange everybody keeps talking about. Dominique, good to see you. Myself smells like a cologne. LOL. Not good, not bad, just there. That kind of seems like nobody said anything real bad about it, but aside from the little bit we've seen here in the chat, that's the only really like positive I've heard. I haven't heard like severe negativity, like, oh, it's terrible, just like the okay, meh, okay kind of thing is what I've been hearing. That I'd like to get. Just ordered it. White gold bottle. Pineapple, creme brulee, moss, cashmere, and sandalwood, vanilla, turmeric, cinnamon, pepper, and benzoin. Yeah, that I'd like to check out because they hit it out the park with Sublime. So they have my full attention for the upcoming releases from the line. So Honor for Glory, the white bottle. I'm definitely curious in getting it. Invasion Barbare. Still my favorite barbershop, although I did finally smell Sartorial, and wow, that's good. I don't remember if I've ever smelled that from Penhaligon's. I want to say yes, but I'm not positive. I love At the Barber's from Maison Margiela, though. Your Own Parfum for the Fragrance Apologist. I believe you will like it. Me and you have similar tastes. YSL Le Parfum feeling. Doesn't smell like it, though. Okay, good. Because I was about to say, if it smells like Y Le Parfum, I couldn't imagine this many people being very lukewarm on it. Have you tried anything from the brand Flavia? I have not. I don't. I'm trying to see if that's even a familiar name. It doesn't ring a bell. I don't think I've even heard anything about the brand before. Got Ferragamo's signature today based on a great review. A lot sweeter than I expected, but a fun winter scent. Exactly. Very cat. Nothing serious about it. Like I said, it's kind of like if we're talking about Womo's signature. Like I was saying a minute ago, it's kind of like Eros with a little coffee and leather. So it's still got that youthfulness to it. When I say Eros, naturally, I'm saying youthful right away. Lydia, good to see you. Wearing Dapper's version of Celine Black Tie. I've never tried that one. And let's go ahead and hang that up. Give me 1 second, guys. I remember the good old days when people would text you to see if you're available before they call you. I remember the good old days. But Celine Black Tie, I've actually never checked that one out before. What's it kind of like? Give me a little rundown if you don't mind, Lydia. Armand Jane Gatsby 22. So I actually have Montebaco Intensivo coming. Pretty excited to check that out. I've heard great things. Verano's phenomenal. That's out here to wear in the next week or so. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to check out Intensivo. Rob, good to see you, man. Gucci Guilty Cologne. I love this stuff. It's such an interesting fragrance, right? It's very polarizing. Like, I can see why some people just don't like it. I totally get it. But I like how strange. I like that strange side of it. Well, y'all want a guest? Sound off in the comments. I'm asking the audience. So I'm sure some of you know who. Give me a second. Jesus. All right. So let's see. Today's sent is Star Walker. Another one wearing Star Walker in the chat today. So that makes two of you guys. Best smelling postal workers in the house wearing Amorous. Layered with carbon. See, a lot of you guys layer. It's just not my thing. I don't hate on anybody that wants to do it. I'm just joking around. But man, it's just not my thing. I've never been the layering type. So anyone get FOMO, Gary Din's? No, I haven't tried any of those yet. It's supposed to be Dior Homme Parfum Cologne. So I got to skip ahead a little bit because I don't want to be too far behind because we have a guest backstage. So let's see. Oh, I was way behind, guys. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. Scott, what's going on? Good to see you. Saunders in the house. Yeah, sorry, guys. I didn't realize how far back I was. What were my top two picks? So after our guest comes and goes, we'll dive into the fantasy draft. Amari, good to see you. Bengali. Yeah, well, my take on layering. Yeah, that's overcomplicate things to me. Like our guest layers stuff, his own stuff from time to time. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. George Zaharoff. How are you, Georgie?
Hello. How are
How's
you?
everything?
Everything's good. I saw you were live, and I'm like, I'll jump on. I'm headed to the gym. I have a couple minutes, and I'm crashing your live, Ross. How are you doing?
I can't complain. Yeah, I tried calling you last night, and I assumed because I know you got a lot of travel coming up. I wasn't sure if you were taking off yet or not. It was like mid-afternoon when I was on the road.
Yeah, it'll be. I have like this. Isn't that weird? Like that.
Yeah, the glare.
Is it my anyway? So yeah, I will be gone in September for 1 week. So I'll be bouncing around. But
hope you feel better, Boz. Boswellio's sick.
Boz, I hope you feel what's wrong. Throat.
He just says, hello, everyone. Guess what? I'm sick again.
I hope you feel better. How was your weekend?
It was great, actually. It was a great weekend. A lot of good food. It was great to catch up with everybody. Had some really good workouts, catching up with a very old friend from the old gym back my first job, Body Elite, many, many moons ago, where I used to train with my dad and everything. One of my old buddies from back. I mean, he's older than me. We call him Pops. He goes by Big Country. And he's competing again. So that was a walk. We had a good walk down memory lane. He owns a gym in town.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a really good weekend.
A lot of people don't may or may not know this about you, Ross, but you're very close with your family. You keep in touch, and you keep, and I like that I like that.
Thank you, Georgie.
Touch with them. You're closer now. You're what, 6 hours? How far?
About 5.5. It's not that bad.
Not too bad. Like before, you had to drive for 2 days, right?
No, I would fly before. Well, for Christmas we drove because we had to bring Pharaoh with us, my dog.
Your dog has, God bless that dog. I mean, it has been, but it's a testament to how good you take care of the dog. And I love dogs.
Yeah.
I love dogs. So
I have spent a fortune trying to make her life as blissful as humanly possible in the 12 years I've had her.
It's beautiful. And I would do the same. I have done the same. So
may Piccolo rest in peace.
You're
such a good boy.
Any interesting news in the world of parfum?
Let me think. Aside from there constantly being new releases here, it's a serious release year. Our dear friend Christian at Argos, I saw he posted yesterday that the fall will be Argos's season. He's got 3 releases coming. Nemean Lion Restock, which he put on the market, then pulled last year. An X-straight version of Triumph of Bacchus, his most popular fragrance, which is also myself and Justin's favorite from the house. And then he's got a new women's release as well coming. So he's got quite the busy fall. So that's kind of some new info that you may or may not have known. So
I know, and it's funny that speaking of which, and I don't mean to insert myself in here, but I think, remember when I talked about doing the jasmine, the floral for Zaharoff?
Yes.
I think that your wife loves a lot.
No, so she loves the gardenia one.
The gardenia, yes, the gardenia. Sorry,
Yeah,
gardenia.
gardenia. Yeah. Oh
It's like
God, yeah. She loves that fragrance.
it's like noir with gardenia in it, and it's so exceptional. And actually, it
Mhm.
was inspired by how good your wife loved it. I'm like, okay, I got to do this. So I'm gonna do it as a one off for next spring, I think.
Well, that's fantastic. Heidi's gonna be very for guys. For those of you that don't know, Heidi's been through a few decants of that. Like she
Right.
went through the first one within like 2 days, and I'm like, George, she killed it. Can she have another one? So
Yeah.
she was kind of the guinea pig, one of the first guinea pigs for that last year, early last year, maybe.
Yeah. So I just sent
It's
the dog.
outstanding. It's
Yeah.
outstanding.
And it's unisex, but it's the gardenia incense,
Yeah,
which is
basically.
yeah.
That
I
is
don't
a
think
great way to describe it, a gardenia heavy incense fragrance.
so that was inspired actually through just you guys. Ross inspires me a lot. Ross has one of the best noses. Ross, and it's funny because if you could hear him, he sometimes gets stuffed, but he could break down the notes of anything. So Ross knows his fragrances, that's for sure.
Thank you, Georgie. I appreciate the kind words.
Yeah,
So
well,
what are you training today?
legs.
I did legs yesterday.
We did, but I've been
Yeah,
telling him.
I actually went and did one more workout before I left because something I never get to do is a pendulum squat. I don't know how familiar you are with that piece of equipment.
A
There,
pendulum, yeah, pendulum squat where it's wrapped around your neck. Where's that at?
no. So with the pendulum squat, it literally it's
Hey,
you're at
wait,
an
wait.
angle. You literally lift off and you squat into the ramp. It's literally on a pendulum.
Oh yeah,
That's why
I know that. Yeah, yeah. I thought maybe they tie the weights to your ball sack and then you do squats.
you nailed it. There it is. Yeah, that's it. But I was like, you know what? Screw it. I don't. It's not like I have to. It's not like it's a super long drive. I'm going to the gym in the morning, so I went and do legs yesterday. I was back in my gym just doing some cardio today, so
So I
it's
think
nice to be home.
but Ross, it's interesting because I don't particularly enjoy going to the gym. Um, I actually that's not true. Like I'm starting to enjoy it, but it's good to
You've been
have
into it lately.
right. And Ross, and you motivate me. So it's like, what are you working on? What are you doing? And you always have a friend that's doing it. And like I see the changes now. And for me, I just want to stay as healthy as I can and be able to lift luggage and travel and do the things I love. And you kind of want to look nice with no clothes on for whoever you're with or yourself or whoever.
Well, the
It's
functionality plays into it too.
of course
It's
it's
you're not getting younger, George. So the functionality part of it plays a big role too.
it's exactly that. And I don't know how guys my age, but you know what? I just started doing it the past 3-4 years at my age, and so anybody could start, even if it's walking 20 minutes 3 times a week. If
That's
they
all Heidi does is go walk and go on hikes and stuff. She doesn't train.
just something just to keep yourself healthy, it's so important. Especially seeing my parents' age, I see how important the health is. Anyway, I didn't mean to go into that.
No,
So
all good.
I'll let you go on with your live. Thank you for having me,
Thanks for stopping in.
and many blessings to everybody.
Have a good one, Georgie. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great workout.
Bye, everybody. Much love, Ross. Much love to everybody. Bye.
Bye, Georgie. Whoop. Sorry. My bad. I accidentally pulled him off a little early. George Zaharoff, ladies and gentlemen. So it was nice for George to pop in. But yeah, what did I say we were going to talk about after this? Was it fantasy? I don't remember because I had to skip a lot of comments so I wouldn't be too far behind when I got back to you guys. So I apologize for that. But Sin of the Bay, one of the best names on YouTube, $5 super chat. Sin of the day, something Ross brought back to my attention, Aramis Tobacco Reserve. It's so disappointing that that's not easy to get anymore. I have people trying to get my 60 ml off of me since I mentioned them in that video. It's like, no, even if I never open it, I want it there for me just in case. So I don't sell and swap and stuff like that. I get people ask me to do that stuff all the time. But thank you so much for the $5 super chat, my man. Sucks, really. My signature rosé should be arriving any day now, and I'm sick. Damn, just a cold. Hopefully it'll pass quickly, boss. Hopefully it'll pass quickly. much for the input. I may have missed Lydia's description. Here we go. Has to be one of my favorite coconut fragrances. And speaking of Coco Locos and other great, so it's a coconut fragrance. Yeah, I apologize. I asked you to explain it to me, and then I ended up having to skip so many comments. I apologize, Lydia. Thank you. At least I know it's a coconut fragrance, so I'd probably enjoy it. Even the feminine-leaning coconut fragrances, I'm a big fan of. I'm a very big fan of. I eventually want Coco Loco. Well, good to see Scott. Let's see. Bob, sound like you prefer his version of a pendulum squat. Let's see. How are you doing today? Can't complain. Aloha, Ross. Can you recommend a long-lasting, affordable freshie? Yes. Armaf Aura Fresh is a long-lasting clone of Versace Mano Fresh. And what do you deem affordable? Because some people look at $80 to $100 as affordable because that opens up, that broadens the spectrum a bit. So for now, that is my answer. Man, I have a huge question. Everybody says Oud Lemon Mint's a sexy compliment, man, but whenever I wear it, get really negative feedback from ladies. How's it possible? Can you explain? Could be the way it comes off of your skin that it has some sort of foul smell, and I know that's pretty abrasive of an answer, but it could be the case. Maybe it just doesn't jive with your skin, and or just the particular ladies of the 8 billion people on the planet that you're around don't like that scent profile. There's no guarantees with anything. The majority, that is the case. That yeah, it's quite the compliment getter. It's very unique and very attractive. Maybe it's just not for your situation. You know, it's unfortunate. I know that's not really the answer you were hoping for, probably, but there's probably some truth to it. It may not. It may be the way it comes across with your skin chemistry, or maybe it just doesn't jive with this particular set of ladies. You know, could just be them. Maybe if you go traveling and you bring it with you, it might give you a totally different perspective. It might just be those particular ladies. You know, could be a couple different things. Tobacco Reserve is a gem. Agreed. I haven't done a full review of Pure Parfum. That is a lie. I did do a full review. If you type in TLTG Club Dinwiddie Intense Man Pure Perfume, the video will pop up. I absolutely did a full review on it. I don't even know what it is. So Ross, you mentioned Angel Share was your favorite. You had tried from Killian. What else? I've tried Straight to Heaven. I don't care for. Black Phantom, which is phenomenal. Roses on Ice, which I did enjoy. It's been a couple of years since I smelled it, though. Let me think. What else? Is that it? I think that's it. I think that's the only ones I've tried. George is seriously the nicest, most generous businessman around. He made a customer for life. Everything about Zaharoff is gold. I agree. George is a gem. Anybody that doesn't like George, they're the problem, not him. Scent of the day, Mancera Aquawood. Need to get my hands on Lemon Line. Heard great things about it. That is what I wore for draft day. And for those of you that saw the shorts video, I was like, my friends aren't going to give a shit what I'm wearing. They're just making a joke. My cousin leaned in while I was talking to Keith. I could see him in my peripheral leaned in because they were talking. He's like, they're like, I wonder if he smells good. I could hear him. And he leaned in and sniffed me. He's like, oh, yeah, he smells good. He's like, he can't go anywhere ever again without smelling good. Because, you know, it's got to have my friends busting my balls because I review fragrances on the internet, you know. So, because I only see them once or twice a year. So I gotta hear the shit. Because, like I said, my friends, they wear, like Keith. Keith wears Aqua de Jo and Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, for example. Jordan's got a bunch of stuff. My cousin, I hooked him up with quite a bit. They wear stuff. It's just, yeah, they're your friends. They got to bust your balls. I do the same thing. We give each other a hard time. I come from that generation and from the South. So we're some ball busters. We fuck with each other for sure. Pendulum squat. So, all right, let me show you guys what it looks like. I probably should have did this to help George understand it. So this is what a pendulum squat looks like. That's what it looks like. Your feet go right here on the platform. This is exactly the same exact one. This looks exactly like the one I had. Only it was it had red on the poles here, but feet go up on the platform. You literally lift up the seat. You rotate this bar. It unhooks right here, and then you squat, and it literally you go into the platform. It's on a pendulum. You can do counterweights here, but I just had weights on the back of me that's on two sides. But that's a pendulum squat. I've never been around one, so I was like, yes, I have to do legs. I have to do the pendulum squat. And I'll tell you what, you get it if you don't put your feet in the right spot and you really want to focus on the quads because you want feet back a little bit more on quads, because the more you go up on the platform, the more you incorporate your glutes and your hamstrings. So if you just want quads, you want a lot of thigh work, you need to go lower on the platform, but it puts more on your knees. You feel that son of a bitch in your knees. I felt it in my knees a lot on there. I mean, I had my knee sleeves and everything, but I mean, still feel it, especially going deep, really feel it in the knees. So here we go. So my top 2 picks, I was 5 in a snake draft. So those of you that don't know what a snake draft is, first round goes 1 to 10, then 10 goes right away. So if you're 10th, you won the championship. You're the last pick, you get 10 and 11. You get back-to-back picks. It's the best spot in the draft, in my opinion. And then it comes back around. So first pick is also 20th pick. So it's a snake draft like this. So I'm right in the middle of the draft the whole freaking time. So as far as who my first pick was Nick Chubb. And then my second pick was A.J. Brown at 15 on the come around. Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson went 2. And like a lot of the top 3 or 4 receivers were gone. So just my roster as a whole, let me just go over. It's 18 roster spots. I'll just go over who I got. So 2 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 5 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, 2 kickers, 2 defense special teams, and a wild card spot that can be any position. We don't start that spot. It's an extra roster spot. So you're able to roster a third quarterback, a 5th running back, a 6th receiver, whatever you want it to be. So I got Joe Burrow and Anthony Richardson, who is my sleeper pick for Rookie of the Year, by the way, quarterback for the Colts. Nick Chubb, Dalvin Cook, Isaiah Pacheco, A.J. Dillon, A.J. Brown, Jalen Waddle, DeAndre Hopkins, Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, Greg Kittle, Greg Dulcich, Carlson and Zerline, because Brad decided to pick Tucker 2 rounds early, because I always get Justin Tucker. That's my guy. I have him in my dynasty draft too. And then the Bills D and the Chiefs D. And then DJ Chark Jr. is my wild card. So full point PPR. Every 5 rush attempts is a point. That's one. Well, no, not since we switched to Yahoo a few years back. So that's actually gone. So never mind. That was in the CBS rankings where we had that, where you can like 20 rush attempts would get you 4 points. Those days are over, actually. But yeah, that's what it was. I hate being in the middle, the first half or the middle. I like being on the back half of the draft. 8 through 10, I think, is the 3 best spots, because you really get 2 really good top 20 picks. Yeah, it's like 9 and 10 are the best spots. I really feel like the Super Bowl contender, the people that were in the Super Bowl get rewarded with their draft position. Most people think, oh, first pick, you get best player. No. Then you got to wait forever, because it's obviously Christian McCaffrey's the number 1 overall pick. So now let's say Christian McCaffrey gets hurt and you damn sure didn't get a top 7 or 8 receiver, even though there's a ton of receivers. I get it, but a number 1 receiver can make and break your team for sure. But running backs are not even close to as deep as they were 10 years ago. They're all the same guy. Every team's got it's a committee approach. There's bell cow running backs. That's a dead thing. So it's one of those deals where, let's say you get McCaffrey like Brad did. He finished last. He was first pick. He got McCaffrey, and I forgot who he got on the come around. But if McCaffrey gets hurt, it's going to devastate his freaking team. Whereas if you're in, say, like 9 and 11, Keith went running back. And he had some decent running backs at that point, because the top 3 or 4 running backs are gone by then. I forgot what running back. I want to say Tony Pollard, and I don't remember who else he got, but he went running back at 9 and 12. And it was a great move for right there, because 9 and 12 or 10 and 11 is a good spot to go either receiver, running back receiver, or running back. Like, you can really build your team right there. and have a chance at barring health, obviously, but have a chance of being consistently staying a playoff contender if you can draft in that back half like that, because it's a snake draft and PPR. So I know a lot of you don't care about the football talk, but some of you do. But it's that time of year. It's a Miyake sport, and this thing you spend time with it. Scott, that's one of the best fragrances money can buy right there. Cocktails and catamarans. Oh no, black tie isn't coconut. Was talking about. Oh, okay, Minnie Mouse, Dapper genre. Oh, okay. I misunderstood because I had to skip so many comments. I just assumed it was still that. So yeah, shame on me. My bad. Thank you for clearing that up. Cool to see George. I actually have Signature Rosé on the way. That's the best house release. Chrome Extreme and Light Blue Intense, which performs better? They both perform about the same. Which performs better we're gonna have to find out when you spray them on skin. And relatively close, but I mean, Chrome Extreme smells more like Profondo, whereas Light Blue Intense smells like Intense Light Blue. Like it's appropriately named. It smells just like a more intensified, saltier take on the original. Chrome Extreme smells like Chrome mixed with Profondo. It's one of my favorites. Newt's in the house. Super late. Listen to the replay. Mr. Maritime from Atrium. Nice mango. I've heard a ton of great fragrances about Mr. Maritime. I'm totally getting that. But I'm buying a video card instead. Like I wanted to keep buying a bunch of fragrances. Like I just made a fragrance order, my monthly stuff, to get the stuff for the giveaways, for the channel members and all that. But man, I'm trying to render a video. It crashed 3 times. So I had to just save the project, and I'm going to try again after. Trying to render in 4K, because I'm rendering everything in 4K now, and that old video card just can't keep up. I need to buy a freaking video card. 1080p, 60 frames per second, it does okay enough. But trying to do a high bit rate of 4K 30 FPS makes the software crash. So I got to spend some money on a video card. Video card's not cheap, guys. Card I want's $800. So yeah, even getting a refurb one's like $500 if you get a refurbished one. So for those of you wondering, RTX 3080. Notice oud lemon much better when lightening up the application. Maybe 2 to 3 sprays. I don't do more than like 3 or 4 sprays. It's really strong. Less is more with that fragrance. Ooh, that's an interesting question. Because Aventus Cologne's that jam, but I've got to go with Cedrat Boisé. It's over there, but Cedrat Boisé, it's one of my all-time favorites. I haven't spent enough time with any of their fragrances to have a take, unfortunately. I only have 2 fragrances. I have Auster, which is very geranium heavy, oud clove, like animalistic dark, patchouli, stuff like that. And then I have Black Caviar, fish eggs. So very unique, green, earthy, slightly bitter, aquatic, very bitter, but slightly aquatic and fresh, spicy. So that's a very unique fragrance. That's the only 2 I've tried, is the 2 that I have. Apple Brandy on the Rocks, definitely one of my favorites from Killian. Definitely Fougères Marine does not get the kind of love I think it deserves. Because I love oud lemon mint and can't help it. Well, as long as you love it, I'd rather change my skin chemistry or change the women that you're around. That could be an answer too, right? Hey, as long as you love it, as long as they're not trying to hit you with a garden hose to wash it off of you, you're okay, man. Enjoy it if you like it. That's all that really matters. Moonlight in Heaven. I've heard good things about that one, Scott. Vodka on the Rocks, I have not tried. Tobacco Oud from Montal. That's a good one. One more time, Ross. I'm off. Oros. No. Aura Fresh. A-U-R-A. Fresh. Aura. Not Oros. Aura Fresh. I did a review on it. I did a full review on it. You look still on target for 100K by, yeah. Did you mean years in? But yeah, supposedly right now the current track is like this, like December 8th or 7th or something like that. If I was to keep pace, it seems to be the thing. Fingers crossed. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about the yawn. Why don't you watch the review to find out? Had an endoscopy done today. Got 4 compliments from nurses. Sin of the day, Molecule 01, the silent killer. I like that. That's a good way to describe it. Picked up Perielis Pure Blue based on your suggestion. You're spot on with your description. Definitely going in my bag for school. That's a great option for you, my man. Because it's a very widely liked scent profile that's got a little something extra. That's kind of how you can look at it. It's a good choice. Great pickup, man. You can get it cheap too. If you haven't tried it yet, one for you, all-time apple brandy on the rocks. Do get your nose on that. Still going to pester you for So that was actually in Justin's shorts video today, Ingenious Ginger. I've heard great things. I know Randy's a fan of it too. I need to get my nose on it. And you guys know I like ginger, so I need to try it. You're right. You're absolutely right, Jonathan. I do need to try it. Shame on me, but I can't try everything all at once. Let's see. Alexandria Fragrance's Angel Share clone, Brooklyn fragrance lover, may Carlos rest in peace, is amazing. I've heard that years in. Yeah. Supposedly, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's not up to me. I just keep making my content. The Scottish are ball busters too. Hell yeah. That's the way to be. People that can't handle that are just sensitive. You know, get insane compliments with Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Well, if it's Angel Share DNA, I believe it. Pendulum Squad G-Man describes how you move that heavy metal strong, baby. Oud Lemon Mint is a powerful fragrance. I can do 2 sprays. Yeah, you can absolutely get away with 2 sprays. No squat game. Frag comms and upper body business. Rick Brood. Oh, man. Club Dinwiddie Special Edition. Sin of the day. Good luck on your fantasy football. Well, I appreciate that, Wes. Thank you, man. Nick Chubb, let's go. I guess you're a Cleveland fan then. 106 likes, 130 watchers. Actually, 118 at this point, and we're down to 105 viewers. That's okay. We're almost to the 1 hour mark. We'll be shutting it down here in just a little bit. I'll set up tomorrow's live stream before we go run. We got some grocery shopping to do and a few other things. Probably going to hit the rack stores. Oh, by the way, I did hit the new TJ Maxx in Thibodaux while I was down in Louisiana. And next door they had a Beals, which is just Burke's. And there's nothing. I kept the footage. Maybe I'll compile a disappointing video because I've done one of those before. But there was really nothing going on, unfortunately. Thoughts on Caroline Herrera Confidential line? Haven't tried them. Aside from Mystery Tobacco, Amethyst Haze, Gold Incense, Iris Empire, I've heard great things about. And Mystery Tobacco, I just have a clone of, but I know it smells like red tobacco. That much I know. McCaffrey's an awesome pick because he runs and catches. D-Cook the same. Yeah, this was the first time in history. Literally, Breece Hall went, and then 2 picks later, I took Dalvin Cook. So that's the first time in the history of that league, which that league's been around for like 18 years. Yeah. Well, I've been in it for about 18 years. It's been around for like 22 years. It used to be an Outback league when we all worked at Outback long, long time ago. And then my cousin took it over. We changed the name and stuff like that. But point being, Dalvin Cook's going to be the starter. They didn't pay him to not play him. But it goes back to one of those deals where Breece Hall is still going to get 15 touches a game probably. Dalvin Cook's probably going to get 15 to 20. And they're both going to have an opportunity to produce, ride the hot hand kind of thing. But that's how a lot of teams are now. Like McCaffrey and Derrick Henry are kind of like it. If you want the guy that's just going to get the lion's share of touches, outside of that, there is no guy like that anymore, you know? So, because I have Dalvin Cook in my dynasty league. I drafted him as a rookie. I've been having him for years. I've gone through, and I have Alexander Madison, which I've drafted him as a rookie to handcuff to Dalvin Cook. And he's always been a phenomenal handcuff. When Cook would get hurt, it's like plug and play. It's like the same dude. Now, thank God they finally split them 2 up. So I'm super happy about that. So I get to start Madison now. You tried Issy Pulse of the Night. I have not. Or Noir Ombre. I haven't tried either of those, Luke. Highest spot you take Kelsey in PPR. Kelsey went 4th. He went right before me. Yeah. He went right before me. I wouldn't have took him. Now, if Kelsey would have made it to the back, that's a spot to take him. Because the thing is, it's a positional advantage over every other team because there's such a drop-off after him because he's legitimately a number one receiver in production. He's a wide receiver one at tight end. So it is a position advantage. But once he's gone, you can wait. Because I'm a Mark Andrews guy. I own him in Dynasty, and he went before me. That's how I ended up with Kittle. Because it is important. There's only like 4 or 5 worth having. Then it's a massive drop-off after the 4 that are behind Kelsey. But back into the draft, first round is where I would have wanted to get Kelsey. If I was going to get Kelsey, I wasn't taking him at 5. That was too early for me. I wanted to run him back because Nick Chubb doesn't even have Kareem Hunt behind him anymore, which could be a bad thing because he's not going to get much of a rest. But I wanted to get as much of a touch hog as I could at running back in the middle of the draft. That's the spot where it just makes the most sense to grab a high-touch running back. And Nick Chubb produces, man. Watch this be the year he fucking gets hurt. But, like, really hurt. Never know. I hope I'm not jinxing myself, but you know, knock on wood. You never know. I'm a football fan. Me too, my man. Me too. Got to run. Everyone have a great evening. Lydia, thank you so much for stopping by. We're about to shut it down here in the next 5 minutes anyways, but I appreciate you. Does anything help with nose blinds? I can't smell my dearest Dylan Blue. I know you're a big fan of Dylan Blue too. Not that I know of. Because it's one of those things where, because I mean, you can try the sniffing coffee beans and coffee grounds, and it'll help a little bit, but it's still, you know, once your sensitivity takes effect and your nose wears out a bit, it just takes time. You got to get away from strong aromas for a little while, and if it's something that you're wearing, your nose isn't getting a break. You know, the most tried and true way is to give your nose a break. You know. And try your best to spray behind you to where it's not all like chest and shirt, shoulders, front of your neck. Try to avoid that, especially with Dylan Blue. Dylan Blue's heavily synthetic. I go nose blind in Dylan Blue too. That's just little things you can do to try to help yourself to it so it's not as easy to go as nose blind too. Because if it's just right in your face, it's going to happen like that. So, unfortunately, as far as I know, there's nothing to really counter it. Because once you're in it, you're in it. You just need a break. Everyday scent. Masoni Pour Homme or Dylan, but both. Both. That comes down to taste. Which one do you like the smell of more? Both are great for that. Absolutely both. Strapwise 5-star. That is an accurate ranking to me, sir. Have Patchouli of the Underworld. Oh, that's an interesting name for a fragrance. Strapwise is heavenly, but it's the only fragrance with a pressurized atomizer that I own. So I get confused on how much to spray on. Well, it just depends on how strong it is off of you. So it's one of those deals where is it really strong if you spray it 4 or 5 times? Just dial it back a little bit. Is it leave room to be desired? Spray a little bit more. It's all a trial and error kind of thing. You just gotta try a few things, and maybe it's too much that time, maybe it's too little that time, and you can always adjust in the future. Chrome Extreme today. Excellent choice. Excellent choice. I'm wearing a Chrome flanker myself. Chrome Parfum. Deauville Pour Homme from Spokane. Today, Polo Blue Parfum. Oh, Michael. You're wearing the best version of Polo Blue. Excellent choice. Anyone tried Kismet Angel? I've heard. I have tried it. Joe Roman hooked me up with a decant that I don't know where it's at, but I have sprayed it. It's just one of the many great Angel Share clones. You can't go wrong with any of them. The sweetest one's Camera. Outside of that, the rest of them are nice and spicy. Waiting to get God of Fire. Excited for that. I'll look into Mr. Maritime tonight. I really want to get that. I'm just going to get a bottle. Any nightmares ordering fragrances via mail? Wrong merchandise, leaking, long time to arrive. I haven't had the wrong merchandise. Leaks, I had more when I was at high altitude in Colorado. So far, the little bit of packages I've had come in here, I haven't not had any leaks. So the altitude is not, you know, I'm at sea level now, so I don't have the altitude adding pressure inside the bottles. It's nice buying a bag of chips and it doesn't look like it's about to burst. It's literally not just fragrance bottles, it's everything. Long time to arrive, that's hit or miss, you know. What's your opinion on Beach Hut Man? So I have smelled that, and I have several fragrances that smell like it. I just don't see how that's so good for the summer. It's so powerful and earthy green and woody. Still fresh because there's a lot of mint leaf in there, but It's phenomenal. But point is, I hear a lot of people talk about it. It's like Justin likes to wear it in the summer. Hey, more power to him. I think it's too much. It's overbearing. Whereas spring and fall, I think, are the best seasons for it. But apparently, a lot of people like to wear it in the summer heat. But it is one of their better fragrances. They don't really do a whole lot of fresh stuff. That's a lot of galbanum and more earthy tones, but still fresh. Still fresh for as dense and green as it is. It's a great fragrance. I would strongly suggest trying that one. Please introduce a dupe for Creed Spice and Wood. I don't think I've ever smelled Creed Spice and Wood. I'm not familiar with the scent profile to recommend anything that's similar. Unfortunately, I can't weigh in. I apologize. Winner's Trophy Silver. Never tried that. Hope everyone's having an awesome day and smelling good. Oh, I hear you. I can only imagine the backlog of stuff you have. Oh, God. If I was to just look at requests for I'd love to hear your take or get your opinion on this fragrance. If I was to just tally that up on a weekly basis, everybody wants me to get everything. And look, I appreciate it. I really do. I'm glad everybody values my opinion to want to know my opinion on everything. Like it's TRL, it's Total Request Live. What does this smell like? What is that? Try this, buy that. I don't get everything sent to me all the time, and I'm not made of money. I'm constantly buying. So I try to keep up with as much stuff as I can. But when it comes to the buying, it's got to interest me too. That's the biggest thing. So that can be disappointing sometimes for people, but it's got to interest me because you got to remember I'm buying it, and I'm probably not going to wear it that much because like it goes way off camera. It goes much further that way and much further down too. I have way too many, guys. Way too many fragrances. And I literally bought fragrances before this live stream. So it never ends. I love it. I'm here for it, but it never ends, unfortunately. Fortunately and unfortunately. Happy Monday. We're in Aqua di Gio Absolute. Armani has a BOGO sale with Scent Duo as the code in case anyone needs a bottle of something, as LA Knight would say, yeah, with everybody saying. Let's see. Those of you that don't watch wrestling, I probably sounded retarded. Those of you that watch wrestling, totally got that. Great long-lasting cologne for a Latino to wear. I don't know. Why is race involved in ethnicity? That's my question. Why does that matter? Because when I smell fragrances, I don't think ethnicities and cultures. Some Middle Eastern, because the resins and Oriental incenses and things like that. So I kind of get where you're coming from. But nothing's ever made me think Hispanic or Latino when I smell it. This is the first time somebody's asked me that. Ishmael, I wish I had a better answer for you, my man. Trying to think would be a good fragrance, though. Long-lasting. Clone specifically. Clone. I don't know. That depends on your taste. It's hard for me to throw a recommendation out there because it depends on your taste. I would need a little more. What kind of stuff do you like? I need a little bit more. I don't want to just be generic with my answer, Ishmael. I apologize. I know they're different, but if I was going to get one between 5 o'clock with gingembre and Chergy, for me, it's 5 o'clock with gingembre. It's one of the best ginger fragrances I've ever smelled. But you really can't go wrong with either. You just got to decide, do you want a dry tobacco, it's hay and tobacco, or do you want a leathery ginger fragrance? Because the cacao pod kind of gives this leathery feel with 5 o'clock with gingembre. Grant, good to see you. Scent of the day is citrine. Dedrick's wearing citrine as well. What do you have for healthy snacks to help lose weight? Musk Ravager. Sugar-free snack packs, for example. That's something I like to eat. And Ratio. That has kind of been my go-to snack at night lately because I'm back in a deficit and I'm back to weighing. I'm actually weighing food this time. So Ratio protein, it's a yogurt. It's actually 25 grams of protein with no added sugars, and it's not high fat. You can get them at Walmart. They have a very thick consistency. And it's milk-based protein, so it gels up in your stomach. So it's great for it's great for in the evening as a late night snack, because it's not going to really trigger your insulin too much, because it's just 2 grams of sugar. Maybe it's not much. Ideally, you want 0, but 25 grams of some slow digesting protein that's the coconut and vanilla flavors. They're all good. Key lime, strawberry, blueberry, they're all good, but the 2 best ones are vanilla and coconut. Speaking of, I'm about to load up and get a dozen of them, because I usually eat like 2 of them. I usually sit there and eat 2 of them. They're like $1.66 a piece. If you like yogurt, those are the way to go. They're way better than the Okios and the 000s and all that. Those are good, but they don't have the consistency. That thick creaminess is what does it for me. Because think about it this way. If it's thick and creamy in that cup, it's going to be thick and creamy in your stomach too. It's a better filler. And it's going to sit in your stomach better, and you'll feel fuller. That's how I interpret that, and that's kind of the case. I get very full eating 2 of them. It's not big cups, but that's what I like to eat, because I'm all about my protein. That's the main thing with my macros, is hitting my protein goal, and then I try to stay under 100 grams of carbs. I don't have a specific target for fiber and sugar, but I mean, obviously I don't want the sugar to be out of control. And then with fats, it's mainly good fats. I don't really eat shit fat. I don't have a lot of saturated fats. Usually a lot of polyunsaturated, monounsaturated. I get a lot of omega 3s. So we have Eggland's Best at the Walmart over here now. Whereas where I was at in Colorado Springs, we couldn't find Eggland's Best to save our life. Those of you that know. Those of you that don't know, Eggland's Best are the best eggs, in my opinion. They're the most flavorful. The yolks are a fluorescent yellow, guys. I eat a lot of eggs. So, because I like to eat 4 whole eggs and 4 egg whites at a time. And like my post-workout, since I'm not doing Chipotle anymore, is either half a pound of turkey at Rudy's with 1 sauce, or 4 whole eggs, 4 egg whites, and 1 cup of blueberry Kodiak power flapjacks, which that's where I get my carbs. That's 60 grams of carbs, a lot of fiber, but it's also another 30 grams of protein, and I'm getting my fats from the eggs, because the pancake's not high fat. But I'm going on and on. I can sit here and talk. That's literally what I ate right before this live stream. That was my post-workout meal. But that's what I would suggest is the ratio of protein. I know I kind of went off the rails a little bit, but we're talking foods I've been eating, because chicken gets old. I get tired of eating chicken, but you have to eat. You have to, especially if you're in a deficit, because it's lean as it gets with white meat chicken. So is there a fragrance you go to when winding down? Usually lavender, something with lavender or a tea note. If I need something to calm me, kind of chill me out, give me that vibe. If I'm still wound up in the evenings, I'll go with something that's very lavender based or has a strong tea note. That's where I like Chrome United's great for that. Azzaro Chrome United, that's strictly what I wear it for. Anytime you see it in the rotation as an out the shower fragrance, it's because I needed something to kind of wind me down, and I needed a little aromatherapy action in the evening. That's specifically what I wear that fragrance for. Speaking of copper still, we were talking about you earlier. That is, where I put it, right here. That is tomorrow's live stream, right here. That is going to be the topic of discussion tomorrow. Watermelon XXX. Check my local Ross today. Almost picked up Tommy Bahama. Very cool. Ever try that one? I did do a video on that one. It's decent. You can find that one all the time. It's not my favorite from the house, but I mean, there is no bad Tommy Bahama fragrances. Just picked up Madden 24. I haven't gotten it yet. I haven't even hooked up. I don't even have PS5 yet. I haven't even hooked up my PS4 because there's still other things I need to do. Like I was literally talking about earlier, I'm just going to pull the trigger today. I need to buy a freaking video card because rendering my videos is more important. That's way more important. So I need to do that. Maybe in the fall, I'll finally get a PS5. Never tried it, my man. So guys, we're about to shut it down here in just a second. Help me decide. So if you want the more interesting fragrance, you want Vanilla Oud. They're both phenomenal, but you want Vanilla Oud. OG Lamal today at Nordstrom. It's just meh. It smells like just got out the barber's chair. That's fair because it's lavender heavy. I'm late to the party, showing some love. I appreciate that, big man. Thankful for the company. Well, I'm thankful for you, Jared, and all the contributions you make to the channel. For those of you who don't know, Jared co-hosts member live streams with me at the end of the month. So, Jared, I don't know what time yet, but let me know what time's good for you last weekend of the month. If we're talking 26th would probably be the target. I don't know what your Saturday looks like, but let me know. Because the 27th is All In. I will be watching that pay-per-view, AEW All In. But 26th is ideally when I'm looking to do the member giveaways this Saturday. So let me know. The game is toxic, especially Ultimate Team. Flamboyant. I like the name, Flamboyant. It got a flame, so I'm going to pretend there's an E there for Flamboyant. You should think about that, Flamboyant. Maybe switch it up. Take a break, blasphemy. Understanding nose blindness and overspraying. Yeah. So that's why I don't spray like crazy, because you're just wasting sprays. Once I can't smell it, what's it matter? Oh, but I want that chick to tell me I smell good. All right, cool, pimping. I want to enjoy my fragrance. That's what I'm spraying them for. Don't get me wrong. I like when my wife. I'm not a single guy, but I like when my wife likes a fragrance. It's upsetting when she doesn't, because I don't want to put her through smelling something she doesn't like to smell. But I'm wearing them for me, guys. I strongly advise you do the same. Wear them for you. And sometimes you don't need 15 sprays to just wear it for you. Sometimes you just give yourself 3 or 4 sprays behind the neck and throw one somewhere on the arm or your hand to just go back to, which I do. I have one on each forearm and 4 around the neck right now. I got 6 sprays on. And it's plenty. It's plenty. It was Azzaro Chrome Parfum. So we're going to go ahead and shut it down here. And it's time. I got to give it the poor man's Andrew Tate. Mr. Maritime is solid. A marine version of Aqua de Jo, less florals. Presentation is kind of generic, but the juice is solid. I actually like the presentation on it. And this was impressive. My wife, by the way, for those of you that saw the live stream, I was like, she's going to like this. She really likes this. She told me I need to wear this to dinner for a while. This needs to be my go-to. Code mixed with La Nuit de L'Homme, basically, and niche is kind of how I would look at it. This is really good. Shout out to Omar. Mr. Romantic is really good. Dry Down just keeps getting better and better. It is really good. He did it right. Got to give him his props. The Versace Pour Homme in the background. Okay. Any fragrance reformulations that ended up better than the original? Ooh, yeah. Manhattan, the newest reformulation for City Rhythm fragrance. It's better than the original formula. Absolutely. Blistering right now. Hopefully I don't drop the ball. Well, the problem is he's not that great of a worker. He's just over because of the persona. His work isn't what has him over. If you just watch his matches, it's like, this is why they were reluctant. So on that note, guys, we're going to go ahead and shut it down. Let me try to get caught up real quick before I shut everything down. Here we go. We're to the bottom. Just ordered a sample of Copper Still 51. It's phenomenal. I featured it in my boozy night out drinking video. It was featured in there if you want to see a recent opinion of mine. I have not tried King Blue yet. Picked up Outlaw Saturday. Not too bad. Have you ever tried it? I have not. Definitely enjoyed the live. I appreciate that. What up, though? What up? 593 Valley, Michael Malone. London. Peace, love, respect to all. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and shut it down, guys. Thank you to everybody that gave the super chats. I appreciate all of you. You still have a little bit of time. You have till basically Friday for those of you that want to be a part of the member drawings. Real quick before we shut it down, $9.99 and above tier, the all-star tier, is eligible for 3 spins. First prize is a 100 ml tester of Paco Rabanne 1 Million Royal. Second prize is a 100 ml of Fragrance World's F Le Parfum, which I have a bottle for myself coming as well. I'm going to do a review on it. I'm very interested because I love Y Le Parfum, and I hear it's pretty damn close. I have high hopes. And then third prize is going to be a mystery box full of samples and decants. And then for the $25 tier and above, Hall of Fame and Superfan tiers, they're also eligible for those 3 spins, as well as a 125 ml bottle of Parfums de Marley Percival, which was voted on by everybody, and that was what was chosen. So that's what I bought. And then a 50 ml of that new formula of Manhattan from City Rhythm that Niles is donating to the channel. So $25 and above is eligible for 5 spins, and $10 and above is eligible for 3 spins. So do not have to be present to win for the member giveaway either. You don't have to be present. I mean, you're paying to be a part of it. I would never do that to you guys. There's no time limit. If it takes you a week to get back to me when you won, it takes you a week. But check it out if you guys are interested. Check out today's video. It was the weekly rotation. And tomorrow we're going to be talking some fall fragrances. And tomorrow's live stream, Copper Still Watermelon Triple X. So be there if you're interested for a boozy watermelon fragrance. I'm super excited to try that one. Catch you guys on the next one. Y'all have a good one.